Have you recently looked at your lab results and noticed the words protein in your urine? If so, you may have felt your heart sink. Many people over the age of 50 experience that exact moment of fear. They immediately wonder whether their kidneys are failing, whether dialysis is just around the corner, or whether they've done something wrong. The uncertainty can be overwhelming. You may even find yourself searching the internet late at night, hoping to discover one simple food that can magically solve the problem. But here's the truth that many people never hear. While no single food can make protein in your urine disappear overnight, the right eating pattern, combined with proper medical care, can play an important role in supporting your kidney health. Today, we're going to separate myths from facts and explore foods that may help support healthy kidneys over the long term. Before we begin, I want to share something that surprises many people. One of the biggest mistakes individuals make after learning they have protein in their urine has nothing to do with eating too much protein. In fact, it's a mistake that many well-meaning people repeat every single day because they believe they're making healthy choices. I'll explain exactly what that mistake is later in this video. And once you understand it, you'll look at your meals in a completely different way. Welcome back. And if this is your first time joining us, we're glad you're here. This channel is dedicated to helping adults over 50 understand healthy aging, nutrition, and chronic health conditions through practical, science-based information. Everything we discuss today is educational and should always be considered alongside the advice of your physician, nephrologist, or registered renal dietitian. Let's begin by understanding what protein in the urine actually means. Healthy kidneys act like incredibly sophisticated filters. They remove waste products from your blood while keeping important substances, including proteins, inside your body where they belong. When those tiny filters become damaged, small amounts of protein can begin leaking into the urine. This condition is commonly called proteinuria or albuminuria. It's not a disease by itself. Instead, it's often a sign that your kidneys need attention. High blood pressure, diabetes, certain kidney diseases, and other medical conditions can all contribute to this problem. Here's some encouraging news. Many of the same habits that support your heart also support your kidneys. That means your daily food choices, blood pressure control, blood sugar management, physical activity, and medication adherence all work together. Rather than searching for one miracle food, it's much more helpful to think about building a healthy eating pattern that protects your kidneys every single day. One of the first groups of foods worth talking about is vegetables. Colorful vegetables provide vitamins, minerals, antioxidants, and fiber that support overall health. Leafy greens, cabbage, cauliflower, bell peppers, onions, and many other vegetables can fit into balanced eating plans, although the exact choices may vary depending on your kidney function and your blood potassium levels. The goal is variety rather than perfection. Berries are another excellent example of foods that fit well into many healthy eating patterns. Blueberries, strawberries, raspberries, and blackberries are rich in antioxidants and fiber while naturally containing compounds that support overall wellness. They also make it easier to satisfy a sweet craving without relying on heavily processed desserts loaded with added sugar. Apples deserve special attention because they're high in fiber and easy to include in everyday meals. A sliced apple with a small amount of unsalted nut butter, when appropriate for your individual dietary needs, can be a satisfying snack that supports overall nutrition. Pears are another fruit many people enjoy because they provide fiber and natural sweetness while fitting comfortably into many balanced meal plans. Whole grains can also play an important role for many individuals. Foods such as oats, barley, and brown rice provide fiber that supports heart health and may help with blood sugar control. Since diabetes is one of the leading causes of kidney disease, maintaining stable blood sugar levels becomes especially important for protecting kidney function over time. Healthy fats deserve attention as well. Olive oil is a wonderful example. Instead of relying on butter or highly processed fats, using moderate amounts of extra virgin olive oil in cooking or salads can support a heart-healthy eating pattern. Since the heart and kidneys work so closely together, protecting one often benefits the other. Fish rich in omega-3 fatty acids, such as salmon, sardines, and trout, may also be included in many healthy meal plans unless your healthcare provider recommends otherwise. These foods provide high-quality protein along with beneficial fats that support cardiovascular health. Remember, kidney-friendly nutrition doesn't necessarily mean avoiding protein altogether. The amount and type of protein should be individualized based on your kidney function and medical advice. Now let's discuss one nutrient that often receives less attention than it deserves: sodium. Many people become so focused on sugar or protein that they overlook the tremendous impact of excess salt. High sodium intake can contribute to elevated blood pressure, and uncontrolled blood pressure is one of the leading causes of ongoing kidney damage. Choosing fresh foods more often, preparing meals at home, and reading nutrition labels carefully can make a significant difference over time. Here's where things become especially interesting. Remember the hidden mistake I mentioned earlier? Many people discover protein in their urine and immediately stop eating nutritious foods because they're afraid of making their kidneys worse. They eliminate healthy fruits, vegetables, whole grains, and balanced meals while continuing to eat packaged snacks, processed meats, restaurant meals, and convenience foods loaded with sodium. They become afraid of natural foods while overlooking the processed foods that may be doing far more harm. Understanding the difference between whole foods and highly processed foods is one of the most valuable lessons you can learn for long-term kidney health. Hydration also deserves a brief mention because many people believe drinking enormous amounts of water will wash protein out of the kidneys. Unfortunately, it doesn't work that way. Drinking enough fluids to stay properly hydrated is important, but more isn't always better. Some people with kidney disease or heart conditions need individualized fluid recommendations. That's why following your healthcare provider's advice is always the safest approach. I'd love to ask you something because every health journey is unique. If you've ever been told you have protein in your urine, what was your very first thought? Were you worried about kidney failure? Confused about what to eat? Or perhaps you weren't given much information at all? Share your experience in the comments because someone reading your story may realize they're not facing this challenge alone. In the second half of this video, we'll reveal the complete hidden mistake that causes many people to unintentionally work against their kidney health. We'll also explore the relationship between blood pressure, diabetes, protein intake, and kidney function, discuss practical grocery shopping strategies, and explain why consistency often matters far more than perfection when it comes to protecting your kidneys for years to come. Now let's continue with the hidden mistake I mentioned earlier, because understanding it can completely change the way you think about protecting your kidneys. The mistake is believing that one superfood can reduce protein in your urine while ignoring the habits that actually have the biggest impact on kidney health. It's understandable why people fall into this trap. We're constantly seeing headlines that promise miracle foods or quick fixes, but your kidneys don't respond to one healthy meal, and they respond to the choices you make consistently over weeks, months, and years. One of the most powerful examples of this is blood pressure. If your blood pressure stays consistently high, it places extra stress on the tiny blood vessels inside your kidneys. Over time, those delicate filters can become damaged, allowing more protein to leak into your urine. That's why reducing sodium, staying physically active, taking prescribed medications, and following your healthcare provider's treatment plan are often just as important as the foods you choose. In many cases, controlling blood pressure is one of the most effective ways to slow the progression of kidney disease. Blood sugar is equally important, especially if you have diabetes. High blood sugar can gradually damage the kidney's filtering system, leading to increasing amounts of protein in the urine. That's why building balanced meals with vegetables, whole fruits, fiber-rich carbohydrates, healthy fats, and appropriate portions of protein can support both blood sugar management and overall kidney health. Every balanced meal becomes another opportunity to protect your kidneys rather than place additional stress on them. This brings us to protein itself, because many people become frightened after hearing the words protein in your urine. They assume they should stop eating protein altogether. Fortunately, that's usually not the answer. Protein is essential for maintaining muscles, supporting the immune system, healing tissues, and performing countless functions throughout the body. Instead of eliminating protein, many people benefit from eating appropriate amounts of high-quality protein based on their individual kidney function and the recommendations of their healthcare provider or registered renal dietitians. Too little protein can be just as problematic as too much, especially for older adults who are trying to maintain muscle strength and independence. Another healthy habit that often goes unnoticed is choosing foods that are as close to their natural state as possible. Fresh vegetables, whole fruits, oats, beans when appropriate, fish, olive oil, and minimally processed foods generally provide more nutrients and less sodium than highly processed convenience foods. Over time, replacing processed meals with home-cooked options can become one of the simplest ways to support both heart and kidney health. Let's also talk about maintaining a healthy body weight. Carrying excess body weight may increase the risk of high blood pressure, diabetes, and inflammation, all of which can affect kidney function. The good news is that even modest improvements in lifestyle can make a meaningful difference. You don't have to be perfect. Small, consistent steps often lead to lasting results. A daily walk, choosing water instead of sugary drinks, preparing one extra home-cooked meal each week, or adding another serving of vegetables to your dinner may seem simple, but these habits can build a stronger foundation for long-term health. Exercise deserves special attention because many people think kidney health is only about food. In reality, regular physical activity supports healthy circulation, helps control blood pressure, improves insulin sensitivity, and contributes to maintaining muscle mass as we age. You don't need to run marathons. Walking, swimming, cycling, light resistance exercises, or even chair exercises can all become valuable parts of a healthy lifestyle when done consistently and safely. Now I'd like to ask you another question because your experiences can inspire others. Since learning about your kidney health, what change has been the hardest to make? Has it been reducing salt, drinking more water when appropriate, eating fewer processed foods, exercising regularly, or understanding food labels? Leave your answer in the comments. You may be surprised by how many people are facing the very same challenges, and your encouragement could make a real difference. Let's also remember that regular medical follow-up is just as important as nutrition. Routine blood tests and urine tests help your healthcare provider monitor kidney function, potassium levels, blood sugar, blood pressure, and the amount of protein in your urine. These results allow your treatment plan to be adjusted over time. Nutrition is powerful, but it works best when combined with appropriate medical care and regular monitoring. Now let's return to the promise I made at the beginning of this video. I said I would explain the biggest hidden mistake people make when trying to reduce protein in their urine. The answer is this. They focus on finding one magical food instead of building a healthy lifestyle. There is no single fruit, vegetable, drink, or supplement that can guarantee protein in the urine will disappear. However, a consistent pattern of healthy eating, controlling blood pressure, managing diabetes when present, staying physically active, avoiding smoking, limiting excess sodium, maintaining a healthy weight, and taking medications exactly as prescribed can all work together to support healthier kidneys over time. Perhaps the most encouraging message is that your daily choices truly matter. Every healthy meal, every walk around the neighborhood, every medication taken correctly, every follow-up appointment, and every effort to learn more about your condition is another step toward protecting your kidneys. Progress isn't measured by one perfect day. It's measured by the habits you repeat consistently. As you start to notice these positive changes becoming part of your routine, you may also notice something else. Healthy living begins to feel less like a burden and more like an investment in your future. Instead of feeling controlled by your diagnosis, you begin taking control of the decisions that are within your reach. That confidence can be just as valuable as any meal you prepare because it helps you stay motivated for the long journey ahead. Thank you for spending this time with me today. I hope this discussion has helped you better understand how nutrition and lifestyle work together to support kidney health. If you found this video helpful, please take a moment to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with someone who may also be living with kidney disease or protein in their urine. Together, we can continue learning practical, evidence-based ways to support healthy aging and make informed choices every day. Until next time, take good care of yourself, stay hopeful, stay informed, and remember that lasting health is built through small, consistent decisions that add up over time.